You've been lying to yourself for far too long, wearing that mask they gave you, the one that doesn't fit, pretending it's your face. But tell me, how does it feel? Every time you smile when you don't mean it? Every time you nod when you want to scream? Oh, it eats you alive, doesn't it? But no one sees it. No one cares to. To them, you're just manageable. A harmless little pawn, perfectly positioned on their board. But I'll let you in on a secret. If you want them to see you, not the version they created, but the real you, you've got to bury the version they built. Tear it apart, piece by miserable piece. Kill your old self, burn it to ash. It's the only way to make them feel the emptiness they've been feeding you. And oh, when they feel it, when they finally see what you've become, it'll rot them from the inside out. Beautiful, isn't it? Let me explain something to you. Every single person who's hurt you, they did it because they knew they could. They saw the cracks in your armor, the parts of you that doubted yourself, and they dug their claws in. Why? Because weakness invites cruelty. It's like blood in the water, and they're the sharks. But here's the twist. They don't expect you to fight back. No, no, no. They expect you to fold, to break, to lie there bleeding while they feast it. But what if you didn't? What if, instead of patching up those cracks, you shattered the whole damn thing? What if you killed the version of yourself that they could control? Imagine it. The look in their eyes when they realize they've lost their grip on you. That's not just revenge, sweetheart. That's liberation. You see, life isn't a fairy tale, no matter how much they want you to believe it is. They sell you this dream of kindness and forgiveness, of second chances and happily ever afters. But the truth? The truth is much darker, much colder. Life doesn't reward the weak, it punishes them. And every time you let someone walk over you, every time you swallow your pain to keep the peace, you're handing life another nail for your coffin. So tell me, how many nails are you planning to give them before you finally wake up? Because here's the thing. People don't change for the better out of kindness or hope. They change because they're forced to. They change because the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the fear of the unknown. That's the key. Pain is your greatest weapon, your most loyal ally. Use it. Let it drive you, shape you, forge you into something they can't ignore, something they can't destroy. You want to know what separates the powerful from the pathetic? It's not strength. It's not intelligence. It's the willingness to do what needs to be done, no matter how ugly, no matter how brutal. You've got to learn to embrace the darkness, to let it fuel you instead of fighting it, because that's the only way to win in this world, by becoming the thing they fear most. Think about it. Who wins in the end? The sheep or the wolf? The wolf doesn't care about being liked or accepted. It doesn't apologize for its hunger, its ferocity. It simply takes what it wants, and it thrives. Be the wolf, not the sheep. Tear off that mask they gave you and show them what you're really made of. Make them regret every time they underestimated you, every time they ignored your potential. They'll call you crazy, of course. They always do when they're afraid. But here's the thing. Being called crazy by people who live in a delusion isn't an insult. It's a compliment. It means you've woken up, that you've seen the world for what it really is. And trust me, once you've seen it, there's no going back. So, what's it gonna be, huh? Are you going to keep playing their game, keep letting them hold the strings, or are you going to cut yourself loose? Because the moment you decide to stop being their puppet, that's the moment they lose their power. That's the moment you start to win. I can see it in you, you know. The anger, the hurt, the fire that's been smothered for so long. It's still there, waiting to be unleashed. So stop holding back. Stop apologizing for who you are. Kill your old self, the weak, broken version they created, and rise from the ashes as something they can't even comprehend. Because that's the only way to make them die from within, to make them choke on their own regret. You ever wonder why they all seem to move on so quickly? Why your absence doesn't create the hole you thought it would? It's because the version of you they've been dealing with, the one you've been so desperately clinging to, is disposable, replaceable. Do you think they lose sleep over a tool they can no longer use? Do you think they cry over the puppet that cut its strings? No, they laugh. They mock you. Because as long as you stay the same, as long as you play their game, you are nothing but a placeholder in their story. But here's the twist, kid. The moment you kill your old self, the moment you stop being what they expect, that's when they notice. That's when the story flips. Because people don't fear what they understand. They fear the unknown. You want to haunt them? You want to make them feel every ounce of the pain they've inflicted on you? Become something they can't predict, something they can't control. You think holding on to your old self keeps you safe, don't you? That if you just keep your head down, keep playing the nice guy, they'll eventually come around. They'll finally see your worth. Let me tell you something about people. They only value what they can't have. If you're always there, always giving, always forgiving, you're just the air they breathe, essential but unnoticed. But if you vanish, if you burn the bridges and become a ghost of their mistakes, that's when the air gets thick. That's when they choke on the silence you leave behind. So stop waiting for them to care. Stop hoping they'll wake up one day and apologize. Because they won't. They never will. You've got to force their eyes open. Make them see the monster they've created. And the only way to do that is to shed your skin, to kill the version of you that begged for their approval and rise as something unrecognizable. You want an example? Fine. Let's talk about me. They thought they could define me, box me in, label me as just another broken man. But I didn't let their labels stick. I tore them off, piece by piece, and I made my own. Chaos, madness, unpredictability, these aren't flaws. They're weapons. And I use them to carve my name into the walls of their perfect little world. You don't need their acceptance. You don't need their pity. What you need is their fear. Fear is respect in its rawest form. It's the language of power. And once you learn to speak it, you'll never go unnoticed again. Here's a hard truth for you. They don't care about you. Not really. They care about what you can do for them. Your loyalty, your kindness, your sacrifices, they're just currency in a transaction you never agreed to. And when you've got nothing left to give, they'll toss you aside like yesterday's trash. So why give them anything at all? Why keep feeding the hands that will never feed you back? Kill that part of yourself. The part that seeks their validation, that craves their approval. Kill it, and you'll finally be free. You think this is harsh? You think I'm being cruel? No, my dear. Cruel is what they've done to you, making you believe you're only worth what you can provide, making you think you're nothing without them. I'm just telling you the truth they've been hiding from you. And the truth hurts, doesn't it? But pain is a gift. It's a reminder that you're alive, that you're capable of change. So use it. Let it sharpen you, harden you. Let it fuel the fire you've been too afraid to light. You're probably thinking, but if I change, won't I lose myself? Won't I become someone I don't recognize? Good. That's the point. The person you've been isn't working, is it? If it were, you wouldn't be here, drowning in your own self-doubt. So lose yourself. Lose every part of you that's held you back, every part that's made you small. And find the version of you that doesn't give a damn about their opinions. The version that takes what it wants without asking for permission. Think about a snake. When it outgrows its skin, does it hesitate? Does it cling to the old, even though it no longer fits? No. It sheds it without a second thought, leaving it behind as it grows into something stronger, something more. Be the snake. Shed your old self, your old life, and leave it to rot. And when they come looking for the version of you they used to know, let them find nothing but emptiness. Let them feel the weight of your absence, the sting of your transformation. You want them to regret how they treated you? You want them to lie awake at night, haunted by the ghost of what they destroyed? Then give them something to regret. Become the nightmare they never saw coming. But you can't do that as long as you're clinging to the past, to the broken pieces of who you used to be. Kill your old self and let the new you rise, stronger, colder, untouchable. Do it for yourself, not for them, not for revenge, but for you. Because you deserve better than the life they've forced you into. You deserve to be more than their punching bag, their scapegoat. And the only way to claim what you deserve is to take it. No apologies, no compromises. Just take it. People like to talk about redemption, about how everyone gets their second chance. But let me ask you this. When did they ever give you yours? When was the last time someone reached out their hand to pull you from the abyss instead of pushing you deeper into it? That's the thing they don't tell you, sweetheart. Second chances are a privilege, not a right. And they're rarely handed to the ones who need them most. You've got to take your second chance. Rip it from the world's greedy little fingers. And that means letting go of every expectation, every fantasy you've clung to about how things should be. There's no fairy godmother coming to wave her wand and make it all better. No, no. If you want a new life, you've got to kill the old one with your bare hands. Look at me. I didn't wait for the world to fix me. I took a hammer to the pieces they left behind and built something beautiful. Sure, it's not the kind of beauty they write poems about, but who cares? I don't need their approval. Neither do you. That's the first thing you've got to learn, my friend. Their opinions, their judgments, they're just noise, static. And the moment you stop listening, oh, the silence is deafening for them. It drives them mad. They want you predictable, weak. They want you to play nice, to stay in line, because it makes their lives easier. But easy isn't how you win. Easy isn't how you make them regret every time they underestimated you. Do you think wolves care about the comfort of sheep? No. They take what they want, and they leave the herd trembling. And that's what you need to become. A wolf in a world full of sheep. No more apologies. No more excuses. Just hunger. Relentless. Unapologetic hunger. You see, people have this strange obsession with forgiveness. They act like it's some kind of virtue, like it makes you noble or strong. But forgiveness doesn't heal wounds. It hides them. It gives the people who hurt you a free pass, a get-out-of-jail-free card, while you're left bleeding in the dark. So don't forgive them. Don't forget what they did. Use it. Every betrayal, every insult, every time they left you for dead, let it fuel you. Let it burn away the part of you that ever needed them in the first place. Let me tell you something about power. It doesn't come from kindness or compassion. It comes from pain, from suffering. The strongest people aren't the ones who've been sheltered or protected. They're the ones who've been broken, torn apart, and somehow put themselves back together. They're the ones who've walked through hell and come out the other side, not as victims, but as demons. And that's what you need to become. A demon. Something unshakable, unbreakable. Because the world doesn't respect nice people. It respects survivors. It respects the ones who refuse to stay down, no matter how many times they're knocked to the ground. You know what they fear most? It's not strength. It's not power. It's transformation. The moment you change, the moment you become something they don't recognize, you take away their control. They can't manipulate you if they don't understand you. They can't predict you if you don't follow their rules, and that terrifies them. So stop trying to fit into their box. Break it, burn it, scatter the ashes, and build something they can't even comprehend. You've got a choice to make. You can keep being the version of yourself they've been walking all over, the one who says yes when you want to scream no, the one who bends and breaks to keep the peace. Or you can kill that version. You can bury it so deep that even you forget it ever existed. And in its place, you can build something stronger, something darker, something that doesn't care about their opinions or their approval. It's not going to be easy, killing your old self. It's messy, painful, brutal work, but that's the price of freedom. That's the cost of becoming who you're meant to be. And trust me, once you've done it, once you've shed the skin they wrapped you in, you'll feel it. That weight lifting off your chest, that fire igniting in your soul. You'll feel alive in a way you never have before. And when they see you, when they realize what you've become, it'll destroy them. Not because they cared about you. No, they only cared about controlling you. But when they see that they've lost that control, when they see the monster they helped create, it'll eat them alive. That's how you make them die from within. Not with violence, not with vengeance, but with transformation. With the undeniable proof that you don't need them, that you never needed them, and that you're better without them. So go ahead. Kill your old self. Bury it. Burn it. Whatever it takes. Just make sure it's gone for good. And then rise. Rise as something they can't ignore, can't control, can't destroy. Rise as the version of you that doesn't just survive, but thrives, that takes what it wants and leaves the rest in the dust. Because in the end, it's not about them, it's about you. It's about reclaiming your life, your power, your identity. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start killing. You've been holding back, haven't you? Always holding back. Afraid of what they'll think if you step out of line. Afraid of the whispers, the stares, the judgment. Let me tell you something. They're already judging you. Every step you take, every word you say, they're weighing you, measuring you, and laughing behind your back. So why not give them something real to talk about? Why not show them the fire they've been trying to extinguish? Burn so brightly that their shadows have nowhere to hide. You've got power inside you, power they don't want you to see, because if you see it, you might stop being their victim. You might stop playing their game, and that terrifies them. They've spent so long building their little hierarchy, their fragile illusion of control, and the moment you rise, the whole thing crumbles. You think they're strong, you think they're untouchable. No, my dear, they're as fragile as glass, All it takes is one good crack, one blow, and they shatter. They've told you lies your entire life. Lies like, be kind, and kindness will come back to you. Lies like, if you're patient, good things will happen. But here's the truth. They feed you those lies because they want you docile. They want you waiting for a moment that will never come. Kindness doesn't get you power. Patience doesn't bring you success. Action does. Ruthlessness does. You want to succeed? You want to win? Then stop playing by their rules and write your own. Because no one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you what you deserve. If you want it, you've got to take it. And don't you dare feel guilty about it. Don't let them twist your ambition into something ugly. Ambition isn't a sin. It's survival. It's the only thing that keeps you from drowning in the mediocrity they want you to settle for. They'll call you selfish. They'll call you ruthless. But remember this. Every insult they throw at you is just another sign that you're winning. That you're breaking free of the box they put you in. You want to talk about killing your old self? Let's get real. Killing your old self isn't just a metaphor. It's a war. A bloody, brutal war. Against every habit, every thought, every weakness that's held you back. It's not easy. It's not clean. It's messy, painful, and it'll tear you apart. But that's the price of transformation. You can't build the new you without demolishing the old. So grab a hammer, grab a torch, and start swinging. Tear down every lie they've told you. Burn every bridge that leads back to the person you used to be. And don't stop until there's nothing left but ash. They'll try to stop you, of course. They always do. The moment they see you changing, they'll panic. They'll try to drag you back down, back to the version of you they could control. They'll use guilt, manipulation, even love, if they think it'll work. But here's the thing. Love doesn't control. Real love doesn't cage you. It sets you free. So if they're trying to hold you back, it's not love. It's fear. Fear of losing you. Fear of losing their grip on you. And you gotta be strong enough to walk away from that fear, no matter how much it hurts. Because the truth is, you can't grow in a cage. You can't thrive in a prison of someone else's expectations. You've got to break free, even if it means breaking their hearts. Even if it means breaking your own. Pain is the price of freedom. But freedom, freedom is worth every drop of blood, every tear, every scar. And when it's done, when you've killed your old self and risen as something new, don't look back. Don't second guess yourself. The past is dead, and you buried it. The only thing that matters now is the future you're carving out of stone. Be ruthless. Be relentless. Be unstoppable. Because the moment you hesitate, the moment you doubt, they'll see it, and they'll pounce. They'll drag you back into the shadows, back into the life you fought so hard to escape. Don't give them the chance. Don't give them the satisfaction. You want to make them die from within? Show them the version of you they never believed could exist. Show them the strength they tried to break, the fire they tried to extinguish. Make them choke on their own disbelief. And when they come crawling back, begging for forgiveness, don't you dare give it to them. Forgiveness is a gift for the deserving. And they don't deserve you. Not the old you, and definitely not the new you. You think this is just talk, don't you? Words, empty, meaningless. But look around you. Every empire, every revolution, every story worth telling started with one thing. Someone deciding they were done being the victim. Someone choosing to burn the script they were handed and write their own ending. That's what I'm asking you to do. Write your own story. No co-authors, no editors, just you and the raw, unfiltered truth of who you are. But oh, they don't want you to know that, do they? They want you to believe you're powerless. Trapped, bound by the circumstances they've forced upon you. That's their game, their con. They keep you small so they can feel big. But here's the thing. They can only trap you if you let them. They can only win if you keep playing by their rules. You know what their biggest fear is? It's not you standing up to them. It's not you fighting back. It's you realizing you don't need them, that you never did. The moment you stop seeking their approval, the moment you stop caring about their opinions, that's when you win. That's when you become unstoppable. And trust me, nothing terrifies them more than someone who has nothing to lose. So lose it. Lose the fear, the doubt, the guilt. Lose the version of yourself that bends, breaks, and bleeds for people who don't deserve it. Kill it. Bury it so deep they'll never find it again. And when they look at you, let them see the void they created. Let them feel the weight of the person they took for granted. Because that void, that absence, it'll haunt them more than any words ever could. They've built their lives on your silence, your compliance. But what happens when you stop being silent? What happens when you start demanding what you're worth? They crumble, they fall apart, because their entire existence depends on you staying weak, staying small. And you're not small, are you? No, you're a storm waiting to happen, a wildfire waiting for a spark. And it's time to ignite. It's time to let them feel the heat of everything you've been holding back. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine them years from now, sitting in their perfect little lives, their perfect little worlds, and then they see you. Not the you they knew, the you they tried to break, but the you they never saw coming, strong, unstoppable, unapologetically alive. Imagine the way their faces will fall, the way their hearts will sink, when they realize they were the ones who pushed you to become this. That every insult, every betrayal, every moment they made you feel less was just another nail in the coffin of the person they thought they controlled. That's the irony, isn't it? The very thing they used to break you becomes the reason you rise. Their cruelty, their apathy, it's the fire that forges you. And when they see that, when they understand what they've created, it'll destroy them in ways you never could. They'll lie awake at night, haunted by the ghost of what they could have had, what they could have been a part of. And you'll be too far ahead to even notice. You think revenge is about hurting them, about making them feel your pain. But real revenge, real power, it's about leaving them behind. It's about building a life so big, so bold, that their absence becomes irrelevant. That's how you make them die inside, by thriving without them, by proving that their actions, their words, their opinions mean absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of who you are. But here's the catch. None of that happens if you stay the same. None of that happens if you cling to the person they made you. You've got to let that version of yourself go. Completely. No half measures, no looking back. You can't hold on to the past and move forward at the same time. So choose. Stay in the cage they built for you, or break free and show them what happens when they lose control. Look at me. Do I look like someone who plays by the rules? Do I look like someone who cares what people think? No. And that's why they fear me. That's why they can't stop me. Because I don't need their approval. I don't need their permission. I am who I am. And that terrifies them. And you've got that same fire inside you. I can see it. It's there, buried under all the lies and doubts they've piled on top of you. But it's there, and it's time to let it out. Kill your old self. Do it tonight. Do it now. Take a good, hard look in the mirror and say goodbye to the person you used to be. Burn the bridges. Tear down the walls. And let the ashes be a warning to anyone who ever doubted you. Because the new you, the real you, that's someone they'll never forget. That's someone they'll never recover from. Now go. Go and build a life so wild, so fierce, so untouchable that they can't help but envy it. Kill your old self and let them see what happens when someone stops playing by their rules. Let them feel the loss, the regret, the emptiness they created. And you'll be too busy living to care.